They had a perfect life, love, laughter, and dreams. But one night, she disappeared without saying goodbye.
They weren't just a couple. They were the kind of love that felt like home in a noisy world. Every morning started with random good morning texts, and every night ended with conversations that never really wanted to end. Coffee dates weren't special because of the coffee. They were special because of the silence they could comfortably share without feeling alone. He would look at her sometimes, as if he was afraid the moment might disappear if he blinked too long. And one evening, under soft city lights, he quietly said, "I don't know what life was before you, but I don't ever want to go back to it." She didn't reply right away. She just smiled, a soft, distant smile, the kind that hides a storm no one else can see. And in that silence, he thought she was his forever. But she already knew. Something inside her was slowly breaking.
That night felt different, like the world had slowed down just for them. The city lights were soft, the air was calm, and everything around them felt distant, almost unreal. They walked together without a destination, like they didn't need one anymore. Just being beside each other was enough. At some point, they sat quietly under the open sky. No noise, no rush, just the sound of their breathing and the silence between words that felt meaningful. He gently held her hand and said, "If this moment could last forever, I would never ask for anything else." His voice was full of certainty, the kind of belief only true love gives. She looked at him for a long time this time, longer than usual. Her fingers slightly tightened around his hand, then relaxed again, like she was fighting something inside herself. A soft wind passed between them, and for a second, she looked away. Not because she didn't love him, but because she was scared that if she kept looking, she might never be able to leave. And he thought she was just being emotional. But deep inside her heart, that was the moment she started saying goodbye, without a single word.
After that night, something in her began to change. Not suddenly, but slowly, like a light dimming without anyone noticing at first. At the beginning, he thought it was nothing. Maybe just tiredness, maybe stress, maybe a busy mind. But the truth was, she was starting to disappear from herself. Her messages, once full of warmth and excitement, became short. Just simple replies. "Okay, I'm fine, busy today." The long conversations they used to have slowly turned into silence that stretched longer than words. He started noticing small things. She would stare at her phone, but not really use it. She would smile when he spoke, but it didn't reach her eyes anymore. One evening, he finally asked her again, gently this time, "Tell me the truth. What's going on with you?" She looked at him, and for a second, it felt like she wanted to say everything. Like there was a storm inside her chest begging to come out. But instead, she just forced a soft smile and said, "Nothing. I'm just a little tired lately." And he believed her, because love always wants to believe the easiest version of the truth. But after she left that night, she stopped at the corner of the street for a moment. The lights blurred in her eyes.
Not because of rain, but because she was holding something inside her that was slowly breaking her from within. She whispered to herself, not loud enough for anyone to hear, "I can't let him see this."
And in that moment, she didn't just hide the truth from him. She started preparing to leave him forever.
That night didn't feel unusual at first, until it did. He waited for her message, like always. 5 minutes, then 10, then hours passed. The phone kept lighting up, but her name never appeared. At first, he smiled to himself, thinking maybe she was just asleep or busy. But deep inside, a small uneasiness started growing. He called her once. No answer. Again. Still no answer. By the third call, his heart was no longer calm. Something was wrong. He texted her. "Are you okay?" No reply. The silence that followed felt heavier than anything he had ever experienced. Then early morning came, and finally his phone buzzed. A message from her. Just one line. "I'm sorry. I can't stay." No explanation. No reason. No goodbye. Just a sentence that didn't make sense and still changed everything. He sat there staring at it, reading it again and again, hoping the words would somehow change. They didn't. He called immediately, again and again. The phone kept ringing into emptiness. And in that moment, he realized something terrifying.
She wasn't just away. She was gone. Not from the world, but from his life. And the worst part wasn't the silence. It was the feeling that she had already decided this long before that message was sent. Days turned into weeks, but for him, time didn't move forward. It just got heavier. He kept checking his phone, as if one day her name would suddenly reappear like nothing had happened. But silence doesn't return calls, and absence doesn't send replies. He started searching for answers in places they once went together. The cafe where they first met, the street they used to walk, even the small spots where they used to sit without talking. But everything felt different now, like the world had forgotten her, except him. Then, one evening, something unexpected happened. A message came from an unknown number. Just a location, nothing else. His heart tightened instantly. He went there without thinking. It was a small, quiet, almost forgotten by the world. And there, he was given an envelope with his name written on it. Her handwriting. His hands shook before he even opened it. Inside, there was a letter, slightly folded, as if she had written it in a moment she could barely hold herself together. He started reading. "If you are reading this, it means I finally couldn't hide anymore." He froze. The letter continued. "I didn't leave because I stopped loving you. I left because I started losing pieces of myself every day, and I was too scared you would have to watch me disappear slowly." His breath stopped for a moment. She wrote about the exhaustion she never showed, the nights she spent awake pretending everything was fine, the pain she smiled through so he wouldn't notice. And then came the line that broke him completely. "I wanted to stay, more than anything in this world, but I didn't want to become your pain." He sat there, completely still, letter trembling in his hands, realizing that the silence wasn't rejection, it was protection. And for the first time, he
he understood. She didn't leave because she wanted to. She left because she thought it was the only way to save him from losing her.
After reading the letter, he didn't move for a long time. The world around him kept going. People walking, cars passing, life continuing. But inside him, everything had stopped. Her words kept repeating in his mind, not like sentences, but like echoes that refused to fade. I didn't want to become your pain. He held the letter tighter, as if holding it could somehow bring her back. But paper doesn't bring people back, and memories don't answer calls. Days later, he couldn't accept it. Not fully. Not yet. So he searched again. This time not for answers, but for her. And that's when the truth finally came. Piece by piece, from people who knew her quietly. She had been fighting something she never spoke about, something she kept hidden behind her smiles and "I'm fine" replies. A serious illness, silently growing, silently taking pieces of her. Not suddenly, not loudly, but slowly, every single day. And she knew it. That night, under the stars, when she held his hand a little tighter, that wasn't just love. That was her saying goodbye without words. She left, not because she stopped loving him, but because she knew one day he would have to watch her fade away, and she couldn't let him live through that pain. Now he understood everything. The distance, the silence, the goodbye message. It was never rejection. It was sacrifice. And in the end, he didn't lose her in one night. He started losing her long before he even realized. He stopped searching after that day. Not because he found peace, but because he couldn't find anything left to hold on to. Her letter stayed on his desk, always in the same place, like time refused to move it away. Some nights, he would sit in silence, just staring at it, as if it might change its words if he looked long enough. But it never did. One evening, he went back to the place where they last sat together under the stars. Same sky, same silence, but everything felt completely empty. He sat there and whispered softly, not to the world, not to anyone. "You said forever." He paused, struggling to breathe through the emotion rising in his chest. But forever ended without saying goodbye. A long silence followed. Even the wind felt like it stopped for a moment. Then, for the first time, he understood the truth fully. She didn't leave because she wanted a different life. She left because she didn't want him to live a life watching her disappear. And that was her final love. To leave while still being in love. He closed his eyes. Not to forget her, but because remembering her hurt less than accepting she was truly gone. And somewhere in that silence, he realized something painful and final. Some love stories don't end because love dies. They end because life doesn't give them enough time.
This story made you feel something. Doesn't scroll away. Subscribe to Hidden Tear for more emotional stories that stay with you long after the end. Because sometimes the deepest tears are the ones no one sees. Turn on notifications. You never know when the next story will break your heart again.